Hi, I'm CJ, President, CEO Buck Knives. Wanted to share a couple stories with you today about the 112 Ranger. So back in 1964, our company introduced the 110 Folding Hunter, had a 4-inch blade. So over the next 6 to 8 years, it became very, very popular. And since San Diego is a bit of a Navy town, the military began purchasing that 110 Folding Hunter. Well, that knife got involved in a couple of fighting incidents on some of the local ships. So the Navy instituted a new regulation that said a folding knife to be legal on board ship had to have a blade that was less than 3 inches long. Thus, the 110 Folding Hunter, which was closer to 4 inches, became illegal to carry on board ship. So my grandfather introduced a knife. It was basically a 110, but instead of having a 4-inch blade, the Buck 112 would have a 2 7/8 inch blade. So it would come in under that 3-inch minimum. And the USS Ranger aircraft carrier, right at that time, the early 70s, happened to be stationed in Long Beach, which was about an hour or so north of us up near southern Los Angeles. So he called this the Ranger. One, just because it fit. So we had the Folding Hunter, and now we have the Ranger. But that's the story of how the Buck 112 Ranger, why it was created, and how it got its name. I have another interesting, a little more personal story about the 112. So I was probably, 13, 14 years old. I was growing up in Southern California, San Diego. So this was the summertime, I was going skin diving with some friends at Mission Beach Jetty. And I wanted to have a dive knife because, everybody that goes skin diving needs to have a dive knife. So I flipped through the junk drawer in our kitchen and I found a folding knife, happened to be a 112. So I found a folding knife, put it in my button-up pocket in my bathing suit, and went skin diving. Well, at some point, you're up and down. I got inverted. That thing just slipped out. I have no idea what happened to it. It was gone. It was a knife, came out of the junk drawer. I didn't really think twice about it. So fast forward a few months, and I'm sitting in the kitchen with both my parents, and my father's thumbing through that drawer, just thumbing through that drawer. And he goes, "Hey, has anybody seen, there was a knife, there was a folding knife in that drawer." So think of this, so I was born in 1960. So right around the early 70s is right around the time that we were creating the 112 Ranger. So it didn't even, in my mind, it didn't even have a name yet. So my father says, "Has anybody seen that little folding knife that was in his drawer?" And I went, "Yeah, I took it skin diving. I lost it. Is that a problem?" And so my father wheels around. He had his back to me. He was digging through that drawer, and he's just looming. And he says, "Well, that was a prototype for the 112 Ranger." And then my mother, kind of off camera a bit, my mother goes, "Chuck, what was it doing in the junk drawer?" So then my father, I watched him go, "Okay." And he turned around and walked off. I was not killed. You think about where would that knife be today? It would definitely be in our museum in a very, very cherished place. And I had dumped it into the jetty, just unbeknownst to how valuable it was. So those are the type of things that go on in the Buck family household, where knives just become part of your experience. So if you want to hear more about the Buck 112, go to SCHEELS.com and talk to an expert.